So, simply put, if you get together with a whole bunch of people and go to a church to interrupt their religious services, you are committing a federal crime and can serve up to 10 years in prison.
All right, what's good, YouTube? We back with another one. Okay, so I know we've all seen the video of Don, stupid, big head lemon, going to the church with those protesters in Minnesota, right, and disturbing the whole thing. Honestly, like if they do not charge Don Lemon, this right here will be the gateway for everybody else to think that they can go into these places and places of worship, hospital, whatever, any of these protected places, right, and just do what they want to. I am sick and tired, bro. I am sick and tired of people getting lawsuits, people saying they're going to file charges and nothing is happening. Nothing. You have these lunatic left out here running around, causing problems, interfering in people's religious beliefs. Like it's just I don't know, man. Like it's really insane to me. Like I'm watching this in real time. I'm gonna be able to go back on these videos and show my kids the era, like the time that we lived in, and just shake my head in disbelief of yeah, this is wild, right? But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into this, and we're gonna talk about whether or not we believe that they're gonna charge Don Lemon, right? So I got my first video, and then I got a second video from my guy Nate the lawyer. He does a really good job at talking through things. So I'm gonna drop his information in the description. Make sure you follow him and stay updated. He's a smart guy. But yeah, let's get to it.
At least. So let's now bring in our next guest to help break it all down here for us. A friend here of Live Now from Fox, Nima Rahmani, former federal prosecutor. Always great to have you on, Nima. So explain the moment here as federal prosecutors tried to get this for Don Lemon. How does this go about?
Mike, really surprising that federal prosecutors would pursue a case and not even clear probable cause. That's a very low standard. I mean, we've seen it recently with this Department of Justice going to the grand jury and being unable to get an indictment. And here, there's a magistrate judge that said there's not enough probable cause to issue an arrest warrant and arrest Don Lemon. Of course, he's a former CNN anchor, now a reporter who was present there. We've all seen the viral videos from this Sunday with protesters disrupting the proceedings. The question is this unlawful? And there's really two different federal statutes that the three individuals who have been arrested are being charged on. The first is deprivation of civil rights, and the civil rights here being the freedom to practice one's religion. You have competing factors here. Obviously, you have the First Amendment on one side, allows for freedom of speech, which includes the freedom of protest, as well as the freedom of religion. And then there's a second act that's being charged, not typically used, and it's called the FACE Act. But that's the Freedom of Access to Clinical Entrances Act. It's typically used for abortion clinics, but it also applies to houses of worship. So certainly an escalation by the Department of Justice, and it's pretty clear in Minnesota and elsewhere, they're going to take a very aggressive stance against these ICE protesters.
That's good though. It's good that they're taking a stance, and they need to slap them with everything that they can. But my question comes in then, like, it's okay. So you have two conflict. Your arguments are freedom of speech, and then the freedom of religion, right? Now, from me personally, I believe that if you have two goods and you're using one good to interfere, hurt, imitate, or intimidate, whatever, to another person, group, whatever, then is wrong. It's completely wrong, right? Just like in the Bible, it tells you that God tells you to follow He tells you to follow the laws of the land, right? When Caesar was there, or yeah, I believe it was Caesar, it was the king, right? He still paid. He still wanted people to pay taxes, or to pay the money, right? But you can still have faith in God, right? You can do both, but once the people in charge puts you in a position to where you have to choose your faith over the ruler, then it's faith first, right? It's the faith is the bigger good over who's in charge, right? Now in this situation, you have freedom of speech, you have freedom of religion, right? Equal platforms. But as soon as you start to diminish another group with that, then it takes away all that, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, right? My second question here is, so I'm assuming because he's considered a journalist, then it doesn't fall under, like, he's not subject to any of these, because, like, that's crazy. So you're telling me that I can go out and be a journalist, and as long as I'm a journalist, or I'm considered a journalist, then I can participate in any, what, I wouldn't even, yeah, unlawful action, and just be considered a journalist. That's insane to me. That is insane to me. Y'all, like, by y'all letting these people go, y'all are showing the world these loopholes. Y'all are showing these people out here who are. I'm not talking about regular protesters. Okay, I don't care. Look. I believe in going out. Like, I truly believe in going out and protesting if you really feel or believe a certain thing, right? But I'm talking about these people who are interfering with ICE operations, following them, tracking them down, doxing them, like anybody who's interfering in any type of way. These are the type of people I'm talking about, right? You are allowing them, you are showing them that you can get away with this, and you're showing it to the world, bro. Like, you are literally showing it to the world. You are showing it to the world. And yes, you see Republicans, you see like normal sane people getting mad because it's like, bro, like, y'all really out here showing the world, like, that y'all really showing the world how much power, like, y'all really have. You feel me? Like, it's so weird. Like, it's so weird, bro. Like, I'm like, y'all got these people, like, y'all have people blowing up shit, like, protesting still. Like, come on, man. Like, look, bro, like, I don't know about y'all, bro, but me growing up, my mom told me to mind my own business. I was always told to mind my own, stay out of other people's business. Bro, like, you listen, if these people came here and they broke the law, and I don't want to hear anybody saying they didn't break the law, because if you come here illegally, you broke the law. You've had Democrats saying it. You've had Democrats saying it some years ago. Now they're different. You know, but you have same people thinking the same thing, right? You cannot walk into somewhere and just, it's plain and simple, right? You cannot break laws, right? But when you put this stuff on TV and you are showing these lunatics, like, hey, you feel me? Look at Don Lemon. He got away. And then the judge didn't even, like, what? So you're telling me that the judge looked at this and was like, I have no reason to suspect that he did anything wrong. Like, what? There's a whole video of the dude record. Okay. Y'all, this is wild, man.
To the extent that they believe that they're engaging in something more than protected activity and speech, and they're obstructing the enforcement of federal law.
Now, Nima, if this incident happened in a more Republican favorable state, would it have been a different story for Don Lemon?
Well, potentially, yes.
Potentially, yes. Yeah. Bro, to be honest, man, I'm not like, bro, when I moved to South Carolina, I've seen a difference in how people feel about, like, their religion, Christianity specifically. Like, bro, you would not have came down here and I don't know, maybe where did he go to, like, a Methodist or something? Maybe if you go to, like, don't a Baptist church. No, but for real, man, like, bro, that wouldn't have. And I'm telling you, they do this on purpose, bro. They do this stuff on purpose, right? They could have came to any. If you want to make a point, listen. And this is what gets me, right. They go to this church, right, saying that, oh, we're going here because I believe that the pastor was like, an ICE agent, or he worked with ICE or something. right? But they go there and they're yelling, they're screaming, and there's this guy there, and he's losing it, right? He's going wild, and he's just like, like, y'all are here, y'all are comfortable, y'all are not out there helping, y'all are not out there doing anything, y'all are in here living a happy life. And I'm like, bro, to be completely honest with you, the only people I see out there are them. White people are the only people I've seen out there actually like protesting. I think I've seen actually a few black people that walked into that room, But like when I watch these videos and I see all these videos, bro, it's always white women, right? White people, right? Like it is, like it's always them, right? Like I felt like if that was your message, if that was your point, right? Like these people are sitting here, they're so-called Christians, and like they're sitting here, right? They're enjoying their Sunday at a church, blah blah blah, right? Then I'm like, bro, so why don't you go to like come to the hood, go to the hoods, go to the black neighborhoods, go to their church. Because I don't see none of them out there. Go there and see. Go there and try that. Go it. I dare you. I dare. I'll do it with you. I'll do it with you. I'll do it with you. Bro, I'm telling you, like they do this. They know who to target. They know where to go, right? And it makes no sense at all. It literally makes no sense. You go to a white church where they are holding service, and y'all are protesting that they are there and not out supporting other white people because they're white or because of their white. Like what? Y'all make no sense, bro. Like this stuff really makes no sense. And then they're blowing this up over the news. Got this dude. Okay, who gave this man a mic? Let me where is this guy? Let me pull this guy up, man. Cause this. Let me see. Who the fuck? What? Who is? Oh my. Here we go. This crazy dude. You feel me? Bro. This dude. Somebody gave that dude a mic. You feel me? This crazy dude, bro. And he over there losing it. Going y'all, bro, y'all are so like y'all are so deranged, man. It's so crazy. All right. But now we're gonna get back to it, right? And this is gonna be my boy Nate the lawyer. You see it right there, the bottom left. All right, he's gonna be the one going through this. If you've made it this far, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Please help your boy out, all right?
Yeah. Okay, let me take you back to Sunday morning, January 18th. We're in St. Paul, Minnesota, and families are gathering at the city's church to worship. Now, enter Don Lemon. He gets together with a group of protesters, and for whatever reason, they conspire to go and protest inside this church. Now, there are a lot of problems with going inside private property to protest, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know we look at the law, then we look at the facts, and then you get to decide how it's going to play out. So first, let me introduce you to 18 U.S.C. Section 241. This is called the KKK Act. Now, this law isn't new. It was passed May 31st, 1870, literally 156 years ago. Now, Congress passed this law specifically to stop the Ku Klux Klan from riding out in the night and terrorizing freed slaves. Now, in the South, you would have a whole bunch of armed white men throwing hoods.
Okay, don't you think it's ironic, right, that this pro-black Christian, right, could possibly be breaking the Klan Act? Like the Klan Act, right? That's wild. That was something that was meant for the cake. That's crazy. That's funny. That's funny.
And go to black churches, kick everybody out, and burn down the building. Sometimes they'd burn down the building while leaving everyone in the building. So Congress had enough of that and decided to pass this law. Now, what the act does, it makes it a federal crime for two or more people to conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in the free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege secured to them by the Constitution. And in this particular case, we're talking about your First Amendment right to exercise your religious preference. So, simply put, if you get together with a whole bunch of people and go to a church to interrupt their religious services, you are committing a federal crime and and can serve up to 10 years in prison. Now, for you to be convicted of this crime, there are 4 elements the government has to prove. It has to prove, number 1, a conspiracy, an agreement between 2 or more persons to do this thing. Next, they got to show that you had the specific intent to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate. The victims have to be a person within the United States, and the right has to be something that's constitutionally protected, like your freedom of religion. So let's go.
All right, yes, and that right there is what's making me mad, right? Is because the judge that for some reason rejected him didn't see that there was enough evidence, that they were pretty much like, he didn't see that it was solid enough to pretty much run with it, right? Just hearing these 4 things alone, like, I don't like me, I wouldn't even need him to explain this, right? Just hearing those 4 things alone, like in the video he put up, all 4 of those things are there before they even make it in the church. Literally, like, it's wild. You feel me?
Go through the elements. Is there a conspiracy, an agreement between 2 or more persons? Here's what Don Lemon says.
So the American flag or whatever, but these are resistance protesters. They're planning an operation that we're going to follow them on. I can't tell you exactly what they're doing, but it's called Operation Pull Up. And it's Sakima Armstrong, and she has been doing this since George Floyd, Dante Wright, and others, where they surprise people, catch them off guard, and hold them to account. After we do this operation, you'll see it live. And these operations are surprise operations. Again, I can't tell you where they're going.
So it seems like there's a clear agreement between 2 or more people on what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, where to meet up, and where they are going. So Don Lemon knows where they're going, what they're about to do, and how they're about to do it, right? They're going to confront some people. Don Lemon then admits more of the conspiracy.
They're getting the operation together again. This is an operation that is a secret, that they invited folks out. I can't tell you what is going to happen, but you're going to watch it live unfold here on the Don Lemon Show.
The way he's talking, he's making it seem like he doesn't know what's going on. But if you listen to what he's saying and how he's saying it like, I know what's going on, but I can't tell you. Right? And then he's stepping away like, oh, it's some secret mission. Like, we have to step away. We're going to go do something, and we don't want the world to know what we're about to do. Ooh.
So it seems like we got 2 or more people in a conspiracy to do something. So next we're talking about specific intent. Does Don Lemon have any evidence that there's any specific intent to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate whoever they're going to go and confront?
Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there, and then we disrupt business as usual.
So now they make it very clear that wherever they're going there to disrupt, which to me sounds like injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate. How else do you disrupt? So I think we have our first 2 elements pretty clear here. We have a conspiracy and agreement between 2 or more people, and we have the specific intent to disrupt, which to me sounds like injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate someone. But now we get to find out where they're going to disrupt.
Okay, so we are here now. Do you think if you just have it, I think maybe if you just have it on the church, but if they see me, they're gonna know. No?
It just depends.
What?
Don't name the location.
I'm not blaming the location, but I mean, I'm just wondering if you see me. The folks inside see me.
Are the congregants really on live instead of in service right now?
No, but they'll be like, "Why is Don Lemon here?"
Sunday morning church.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see.
Like. Well, what else? It's Sunday. You already said the church. Yes, you said it.
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
So now we know they're at a church, and in that church are a whole bunch of U.S. citizens. So that satisfies element 3, where we're talking about the victim is a person in the United States or its territories. But now the right. What right are they about to violate? Well, Don Lemon makes it very clear that they're about to interrupt these people exercising their First Amendment right to worship the way they want.
They're in the middle of the church. During the beginning of the church service, the pastor was speaking, and Nikema stood up and said her piece, and then the the protesters surrounded her, but this is a clandestine mission. I think they found out according to them, this is according to Operation Pull Up, that one of the pastors here is a member of ICE, and so here we go.
Now, to make it
Yeah, this is like that is just like disgusting to watch. You know,
clear, Don Lemon talks to the pastor to confirm that what they were doing was exercising their freedom of religion because they were there to worship Jesus, and they are now being intimidated.
Here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we're here. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
We're about
love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a
No
Christian?
one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to
Unless you're here to worship. Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship.
Yeah.
We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Now, to even make it more clear that people in that church were intimidated, here is Don Lemon's account of people crying in the corner.
And there are people here who are, I'm looking at a young man who's in the corner. He's frightened. He's scared. He's crying. People are leaving church.
All these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit as a preacher. Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No! Jesus would die with immigrants.
all right, man, my stuff just died. All right, but yeah, bro, he just took a person that wants to get hit. You feel me? Like,
You come here to a man wearing a suit as a preacher. Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No! Jesus would die with immigrants. You do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Hey, you can't.
You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving. Shame.
Now,
I hate that people use that damn argument. Y'all are out, you're living your life while people are dying and starving and doing this. I'm like, bro, if as many people complain, no, if we had as many people complain, actually go out and help and do things in these other places for people, like, I guarantee you the world would probably be better and we wouldn't have to worry about this shit, you know, because we wouldn't have to worry about people wanting to come just here, right? Their countries, their homes would be better, right? You could help there. I don't know. What I do want to do, though, is I want to go to the comments real quick. I love reading the comments, so I'm gonna try that out and see, because it brings, like, sometimes when I read the comments, you know, questions pop in my head, things that I may forget, you know, or things that I may want to talk about, you know, like, yeah. So let's see. Right. You don't follow a burglar into the house and call it an act of journalism. That's true too, right? He's claiming that he didn't have anything to do with it, but yet when he's there, he's constantly referring to everyone, including himself, as we, right, as a group, right? Like, it's so crazy. A law is passed to stop races is going to be used to stop races. If you did that inside a black church, it would have been called a hate crime, and everyone involved would be in jail already. Facts. See, this is why I like to read the comments. Facts. That is facts, bro. If that was a black church, see, and look, my mind automatically assumed, like, oh, you go to a black church, they're not gonna play that. But yeah, you go to a black church, bro, that's a hate crime. Black Lives Matter. Everybody. That's why they didn't do a black, man. These people. They playing with y'all, man. Exactly. We just need examples made, bro. We need examples made. And y'all letting Don off the hook, bro. Like y'all doing that, bro. You cannot let him off. If y'all let him off the hook, then y'all just opened up a gateway, bro. Y'all opened up a pathway for people. So you telling me now then so you telling me these people can interfere with I wouldn't even say interfere, right? But they can. Would they be considered a journalist? How would that work? So like, if you're a journalist, then what are you just like I'm confused. Does that give you a free? Bro, this is why we need to just like lay the hammer down, bro. You feel me? I swear. And Donald Trump is like that. Like he's not a like those teachers that are like they just do what they're supposed to do, right? They follow the rules, like they don't play no shit, like if things need to get done, you gotta get it done, if you're not supposed to have your phone, you're not gonna have your phone, right? They follow the rules. This world is so used to teachers, to presidents, to people out there just not caring, letting things go, slipping things under the rug, like that. When we have someone who actually let's actually enforce this stuff. Why aren't we actually trying to enforce this stuff? He looks like a bully. He looks like the bad teacher and everybody hates him. Bro, but I do not care what the people think in this world. Y'all need to lay that hammer down, bro, because the more y'all let this stuff slide, and that judge for letting that shit, nah, bro, like do something, figure out something, and like charge him with something. Go to a different judge. I don't know, like wait until he on vacation or something. I don't know, but like, bro, we gotta figure something out, man, because the more y'all letting people go, and the more y'all are allowing people to see that they can get away with these things, then it's just going to cause more and more and more and more problems. After that first incident of that girl getting shot in a car, right? There were numerous accounts afterwards of people driving their cars towards the cops. Like, think about it. If you tell me that I'm not going to get shot at, I'm not going to do this, right? Because nobody wants to be on the news anymore, right? Nobody wants to make it that big of a deal anymore, right? If you tell me, and I'm a criminal, and I'm like, okay, well, hey, bro, like, just drive off. They ain't gonna shoot you. What you think they gonna do? Like, come on, man. Y'all, this is crazy, man. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we gonna make some more videos, bro. Peace.